Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the ancients that could transform your entire life? Ancient wisdom holds the power to help women like us not just survive, but thrive, crush it in our careers, and find true fulfillment without burning out. For centuries, civilizations held the keys to living a life of balance, power, and purpose. Wisdom that women in our modern world desperately need. We're constantly bombarded with messages to work harder, push further, be everything for everyone. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way that's been hidden in plain sight for thousands of years. This isn't just about self-help. This is about ancient power. It's time to awaken the strength that's already within you. Imagine this. You're juggling a million things. Career, family, friendships, health, and the pressure feels unbearable. Sound familiar? You've been there. We've all been there. But the women of ancient times, whether Greek philosophers, powerful female mystics, or tribal healers, knew something we don't. They knew how to harness energy, resilience, and inner peace in ways that can supercharge your life today. What if the real secret to having it all doesn't lie in adding more to your plate? What if the key is actually to let go, strip away what weighs you down, and finally live with laser focus and clarity? Let's talk about the ancient art of time management. Yes, it existed. The women of past civilizations didn't have calendars full of endless to-do lists, yet they knew how to manage their time and energy wisely. They understood that prioritizing what mattered most was key to living a fulfilling life. You don't have to do everything. The key is doing what aligns with your values and goals. In ancient times, women focused on activities that created long-lasting impact, whether it was tending to community needs, spiritual practices, or family. They knew how to delegate, passing off certain responsibilities to others in their household or community, freeing them to focus on tasks that aligned with their strengths and higher purpose. Delegation wasn't seen as shirking responsibility. It was seen as smart energy management. Ancient women didn't have modern conveniences, but they had a strong sense of community. They leaned on each other, shared tasks, and understood that to be a powerful leader, whether in their home or society, they had to release control over certain areas of life. Here's a challenge for you. Take a look at your daily life right now. What are the tasks you're holding on to that you don't need to? Is there something you could delegate? Maybe it's asking for help with household chores, or perhaps it's bringing on an assistant at work to handle smaller tasks so you can focus on bigger projects. The key is to identify where your energy is best spent. Just like the ancient women, you have to learn how to let go to grow. In today's world, we often equate doing it all with success, but that mindset is a trap and it leads to burnout. The women of ancient civilizations knew that balance wasn't just about juggling more. It was about cutting away what wasn't essential. They managed their time by focusing on priorities and letting go of distractions. Imagine how much more you could achieve if you stopped trying to do it all and instead focused on what really matters. Now let's ground this in real history. Let me introduce you to Aspasia of Miletus, an extraordinary woman from ancient Greece who surpassed every expectation placed upon her. Aspasia was not born into privilege. She was a foreigner, and by all societal standards, she should have remained in the shadows. But she didn't. Instead, she became one of the most influential women of her time. Aspasia was a skilled rhetorician, philosopher, and the partner of Pericles, one of the most powerful leaders of Athens. She wasn't allowed to vote or hold official power, but she didn't let that stop her. Through sheer intellect and strategic relationships, she influenced politics, philosophy, and culture at the highest levels. She held her own in conversations with the greatest minds of her time, including Socrates. Imagine the courage that took. In a world where women were expected to remain silent, Aspasia's voice changed the course of history. So how did she do it? Aspasia mastered the art of self-education. She surrounded herself with thinkers and constantly sought to learn more, refusing to be boxed in by societal limitations. She also understood the power of resilience. She faced harsh criticism from Athenian society, yet never backed down. By embracing her uniqueness and pursuing knowledge with relentless focus, She carved out a space for herself in a world that tried to silence her. Not only was she a master of self-education and resilience, but she was also a master of time and energy management. As a foreign woman navigating the complexities of Athenian politics and intellectual society, Aspasia had to carefully choose where to invest her time and energy. She prioritized her influence, leveraging her relationships and ideas to shape philosophical thought while staying grounded in her purpose. Aspasia understood that she couldn't do everything herself, and neither should you. She focused on the areas where she could make the biggest difference, whether through intellectual debate or fostering community connections. Her power came from knowing where her energy was most impactful and delegating the rest to those who could assist her. Aspasia's life also gives us a clue about the importance of rituals and self-care. The ancient Greeks believed in the necessity of time for reflection and rejuvenation. They practiced rituals that allowed them to reset their minds, and Aspasia would have been no different. She knew that time spent in reflection, self-care, or learning wasn't a waste of time. It was time invested in her future success. Here's another powerful strategy. Master the art of prioritization. The women of ancient times had an uncanny ability to discern what mattered most. Their societies were often harsh, and survival sometimes depended on making tough choices. They knew the power of focus, of aligning their daily activities with their overarching goals. You can do the same. It starts by identifying your top priorities. What's truly important to you? What are your most critical goals, the ones that will have the greatest impact on your life? Once you know that, focus your time and energy on these priorities and let go of anything that doesn't serve them. Another thing we can learn from the ancients is the importance of rest. Yes, rest is an integral part of time management. The ancient Greeks, like Aspasia, believed in the power of relaxation and reflection. They understood that you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly running on fumes, you won't be able to give your best to the things that matter most. So make rest a priority, just like the ancient women did. Here's the real secret. You don't have to do everything to be successful. You just have to do the right things. By integrating ancient strategies like delegation, prioritization, and time management into your modern life, you'll start to see real, lasting change. So here's the challenge, right here, right now. Will you dare to take one of these ancient secrets and unleash it in your life? Will you choose to live in a way that's more purposeful, more powerful, and more aligned with the incredible woman you are meant to be? It's not about doing more. It's about doing what truly counts. Focus on what matters, delegate what doesn't, and make time for rest and rejuvenation. That's the real secret to unlocking your fullest potential, and it's been there all along, waiting for you to embrace it.